He really is right. You can't see a thing, right? Huh? Wow. Okay. Let's get into it. Hair. Hair is considered a gift from our parents in Confucian philosophy. Way back in the day, hair was seldom cut as a way to honor this gift. You know, it's no longer a common practice, of course, but it's just so happened as a Chinese American, my hair has been cut by very few people in my 36 years of life. I can count on one hand the number of people who've ever cut my hair. This has less to do with Confucian filiality, piety, and more to do with my mom. She's ever self-sufficient and ever the penny pincher. Since my birth, she has given me most of my haircuts, including the bowl cuts I sported throughout my childhood into my awkward preteen years. As I enter my teen years, I whined at my mom during each haircut. I did not have the confidence back then to pull off something as bold as the bowl cut. Mom, please, it's too short. Finally, I convinced her to let me grow my hair out in my teens, and my hair passed my shoulders for the first time in my life. I would keep my hair long well into my adulthood. I got Mom to chop it shoulder length once or twice to donate it, and then I would grow it out for years afterwards, trimming it ever so often myself to manage split ends. In late 2022, I began biking more. I got tired of braiding my hair before putting on my helmet before each ride. And quite frankly, I was excited about whatever time and money I could save with less hair washing and conditioning. I went to my mom in March of 2023 and declared, cut it short as possible. I want a buzz cut. My mom was ecstatic. She had long been a fan of short haircuts, mostly because she liked sporting short haircuts herself for her own convenience. She did ignore my request for a buzz cut, though, because she never liked when I presented too boyish. Just like every other time I sat, she cut, we bickered. It's more than a little choppy. Cutting my hair long was easy, but a pixie with a fade, that took a little more finesse than my mom had. I tried fixing it myself, but instead, I made things worse. The back of my head looked like a rat had gnawed on my hair in random spots. This was one of the few times I got my hair cut by a professional. Shout out to AJ at Ham Barber Studio. We thank you. After the cleanup, my haircut settled back into the patterns or trims by myself and cuts by my mom every few months or so. Thanksgiving of 2024, I got a haircut from my mom. I sat, she cut, we bickered. Our usual and insane tiffs, our funny little ritual. A month later, my mom visited the ICU after what was considered a relatively minor stroke. Daily tasks such as getting dressed became difficult for her to do without guidance. Somewhere in the midst of all the talking to nurses at the hospital and in rehab, in the midst of the confusion and questions about the changes to my mom's life, to my life, I realized that Thanksgiving cut may have been the last haircut I would ever receive from my mom. In the months that followed, my hair grew and grew. A time or two, I would trim up the sides enough to look kempt. Eventually, the back of it got out of hand and my hairstyle morphed into a bit of a mullet. By April, I needed help before repeating my mistake of the ratty self-trim. Glenn happens to be my very hairy partner, who is very practiced with a trimmer from edging up his beard every other day. As my hair started to tickle me behind the ears, I teased, "Hey, Glenn, think you could cut my hair?" Glenn was very quick to help me. For this task, he engaged in some uncharacteristic procrastination. Somehow cutting my hair is scarier to him than fixing the washer or replacing my bike tires. Finally, he obliged. My mom saw my hair and she laughed excitedly. "Glenn, you did that? Oh, it looks good." Throughout my life, I've wrestled with the ideas of Western individualism and Eastern filial piety, but now more than ever, as I'm pulling, kicking and screaming internally, back to my childhood home to be my mom's caregiver, I ponder my place within these two forces. I'm not fully into the idea of my hair being a gift from my parents, but there is something very sweet to me about the care of my hair being passed from my mom to my partner. Thank you.